Winter is officially here, which means that chapped lips are unfortunately near. But instead of heading to the store to get your favorite chapstick, consider trying something new this year, such as making your very own lip balm here at home. There's honestly nothing worse than applying chapstick on your lips, only to have them crack even more and be in more pain after a day out in the cold. Many, if not most, lip care and chapstick products actually contain alcohol or some type of solvent such as mineral oil that pulls oil out of your lips instead of adding it into your lips and healing you, thus repeating the cycle of needing to use it over and over again. This is why it's so important to know what's in your daily use or seasonal skincare products, and there's really only one way to know for sure, and that's to make it yourself. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own homemade winter lip balm that you'll want to take everywhere you go throughout the winter months. I almost forgot. Let me show you guys all the stuff you'll need to make this first. So we'll start right to left. Obviously your pot, double boiler or pot works fine. Mason jar to mix your wax and your oils. Tongs to help pull it out. You don't want to burn yourself. Organic, cold pressed and finished olive oil, very important. Get the best stuff you can. Most important stuff, your infused oil. So you can see when I started this, yes, it's December. This is ridiculous, but typically you want to make these infused for 4 to 6 weeks. I've been checking on this every few weeks, so I know it hasn't gone rancid. You can see there's material in here. If some of this isn't covered by the oil, you can have mold that forms on the top, and then your whole batch is ruined. So just keep an eye on this. Some people turn it upside down as they go. I just shake it up a few times, and that does the job. Here's a strainer. You can use any type of strainer. This one works really well for me. This is what I put in the jars to keep the material weighted down and under the oil so it doesn't get rancid. Here's the Candelilla wax, which will be our base for our balm. Love that stuff. And then our tins, you'll need some type of jar, heat-proof container to keep your balm in. And that's it. I almost forgot, but you'll also want a scale. I'll have a link for all this stuff in the description box, so check that if you're curious. And yeah, that's it. What's up, So? You ready? Want to make some balm? I think it's time. Now, normally when I make salves and balms, I opt for beeswax as the base. However, that just landed on my foot. However, Candelilla is a plant-based wax that's not only soft, but super safe, making it perfect for lip balms. All right, welcome to Nipple Vision. So what I'm gonna do is strain these out. Here we have, today we're gonna do lemon balm and spearmint. This would be great for lip balms, I think. I've already used lemon balm before, so just experimenting with spearmint this year. So let's go ahead and strain this out. Oh God. It's been half a year. It smells so good. It's a spearmint. Oh, that's not good. There's that weight I was talking about. I'll link this in the description. When you're doing this, you want tons of towels and paper towel nearby. You're gonna get messy. Ask me how I know. All right, let's get the rest of this out. And now, you squeeze. This is why I like to use this cloth strainer, so you don't get as much waste. Ooh-wee. As I wash my hands, I'll let that slowly drip. You can see the cloud right there, so you can further filter that out. I'm not going to be selling this stuff, so I don't mind. I think it has more medicinal properties, so I'm going to leave it in there. But of course, you have the option to further refine that if you want. So here's the lemon balm. You can see it's a lot more clear, so it does depend on what material, what kind of herb you're using sometimes. Also, I squeezed the last one, which I think made it more cloudy. If you want to avoid the cloudiness, just avoid squeezing this stuff. You will lose a little bit of the oil, but if you care about the looks, it's probably worth it. I'm going to go ahead and turn the stovetop on. I want to get this to a rolling boil. The golden ratio for balms and salves is typically 1 to 5, so that's 1 part wax to 5 parts the infused oil. And for this winter lip balm, I went a little heavier on the oil, opting closer to a 1 to 7 ratio, so that's 1 part wax weight by 7 parts oil volume.
Made it, they had it set up to where the
I want to pause here and just say feel free to use whatever ingredients you have on hand. Maybe you want to add honey to it, essential oils, that's fine. I just prefer to keep it simple, less of a headache, so I usually keep it under 3 ingredients myself. In order to preserve the medicinal properties that often get broken down from excessive heating, it's typically a good idea to heat up your wax first and then add in your infused oil. However, I found that pouring in your room temperature oil into the hot wax will actually clump the mixture up again, so this forces you to have to reheat both anyways. So don't overthink this step. The important part is just to keep the temperature under 168 to keep things medicinal. And if you want to speed this process up, just add more hot water to your pot, which will cover more surface area of your jar, and or just stir the balm infusion more regularly. Both should do the trick. I like to add the balm into a glass measuring cup just to make it easier to pour into my tins. I really recommend using these tins in various sizes. I've used them for years for both salves and balms, and the varying sizes make them ideal for gifts around the holiday season, like right now. Links in the description. You can cool these down quicker in a fridge, though they only take 20 to 30 minutes at room temp. I've gotten impatient in the past and tried moving them before they fully set, which disturbed their mold and ruined their aesthetic appearance. So I just let them sit where they're poured now, sometimes tossing them in the fridge overnight once they've fully hardened. Alright, so it's the next day. I actually decided to let the balm sit in the fridge overnight to settle. You don't have to do that, a couple hours should be fine, but I just checked on them, they're definitely ready, so let's give it a look. Alright, so on the left, we have our spearmint. On the right, we have our lemon balm. You can see the subtle difference in the colors, but I'd say this was a success. They're a little softer than the lip balm I made last year, which is what I was hoping for, since it tends to harden up a bit when I'm out in the cold with it. So just keep that in mind if you're making a summer balm. Consider adding more wax. Winter balm, go a little heavier on the oil. Lemon balm next to it on the right, spearmint on the left. Same texture. Good stuff. So that's it. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like this video so we can get out to more people. I'd appreciate that. I got a new channel, so I can use all the reach I can get. And I'll be making a skin salve video in the future, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. See you soon.